Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the 90th Minute and our weekly podcast here on YouTube as well on the audio apps. Tonight, the boys.
Is the night.
It's the boys. It's myself, Liam. It's Greg.
How's it going?
Yeah.
We're here. We're vibing. We're ready to go.
It's a special edition of the 90th Minute podcast.
Is it?
Transfer edition.
They're like all transfer editions right now.
It's the middle of June.
Yeah, there's
What
not.
else is really happening? MLS.
MLS.
Who gives a flying fool?
Yeah.
I know a guy that does.
Yeah.
We'll get to him.
Yeah.
We'll get to that man who now cares about the MLS.
Yeah, that's
Before we get into it, though, make sure you are subscribed on the YouTube channel and leave a like, comment, and get involved with the conversations.
And to everyone on audio apps, appreciate you listening. Hopefully, hopefully you're enjoying.
Follow on the audio apps, give us a share, help us out on that. But let's get into the transfer conversations. Man.
Oh, we're gonna start with that man because you're looking up there.
Big man upstairs. Not Santa Claus. Gabriel Jesus.
The big man, Gabriel.
Gabriel,
hello.
He's now gone from Manchester City to Arsenal.
It's
not £45 million.
It's not like confirmed, but it's gonna happen.
It got the here we go by Fabrizio.
But it's not like official by the teams. It's gonna happen. I think people saw this one coming from a while. It's a player that's not getting the game time at City. He already wasn't getting the game time at City, and then with Haaland coming in, you're not going to get the game time again. So he goes to a young building team where he can lead the front line and really show his skill.
Yeah, he will become from third, fourth option to the main man.
He is the main man. Eddie Nketiah, of course, did sign a new contract with Arsenal.
He got Aubameyang's number, also the former number of
Thierry Henry. So but like,
he's there and he will provide competition.
It's question marks. Was he able to do it? And
Nketiah good enough? I don't think he is to be a number one.
But he could be a good off the bench and provide some competition.
Exactly. Gabriel Jesus, like I said, he deserves starting minutes.
Yeah,
he will get starting minutes at Arsenal. And I think the system of play at Arsenal might actually work for him.
I think it's going to be really good.
It's a little quick and dynamic on the attack. They don't mind going down the wing and putting it in as well. He's decent in the box in terms, not aerial ability, but of actually, getting on the end of those crosses and putting them home. He's decent.
Yeah.
45 million's not a bad deal for him. I mean, you see some of the numbers thrown around for players.
Yeah.
45 million's not the worst deal.
I think it's a great signing for Arsenal. I think it's for City. I mean, considering you got Haaland for 65 mil, whatever,
which is incredible, by the way.
Yeah, it is. Like, so it's nice to get some of that money back. And I think Arsenal play a 4-2-3-1. So I think, and with that kind of, got some pace on him. He has played on the wings as well. So there's always an option for him.
Outside,
so I think it's going to be real. I think it's a great signing by Arsenal.
It should work. It should be beneficial to both parties involved. Like you said, Man City, even they get some money back that they've spent on Haaland and another transfer that we'll get to.
Yeah.
But Arsenal actually making a couple moves. I mean, they signed the midfielder from Porto, which everyone on the internet, they all talk about, they signed a Porto midfielder. Everyone goes, yeah, but I've never actually seen this guy play. I don't know anything about him. But that's the thing. These Portuguese, league players and the players from other leagues as well.
Yeah.
You don't always see them week in and week
out. But we'll see what actually comes from it. It's
talent that comes out of Portugal.
Yeah, and it's a future signing. It's definitely not a signing that's saying I'm putting you in the Arsenal 11 right now today.
Now,
so
Arsenal also being linked with another player, and we can move on to this one now. Rafinha from Leeds.
Well, a lot of teams are linked with Rafinha.
Right now, it's Arsenal, Tottenham, maybe Chelsea thrown in there.
Are Leeds? I know it's so much money getting thrown in, but are Leeds trying to hold on to him? Like I assume they.
If they could, I'm sure they would. But I think he's kind of set on leaving. I mean, when asking 65 million for him, which is a lot of money. That's more than Erling Haaland, but worth it, I think.
Yeah. He is a very talented player.
Yes, he is 100%.
Very
the
talented.
Issue is if you're Arsenal, if you're a Premier League team, the issue is
I'm sure. But like I'm sure he's also looking to go to one of those bigger teams and then get some more game time as like he gets a little bit more chance at showing competition for the World Cup team.
Yeah, the World Cup squad for sure.
Yeah,
but Rafinha, is set on Barcelona. He wants to play for Barca. In his mind, that's the only team he would move to.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I don't know if Barca have the funds for him.
Depends what else they're doing. Barca seem to be linked with a whole bunch of teams.
Financial state.
Players.
Every week we talk about it. Every week it confuses me. I watched a video. The deal that they signed gives 49% of all their merchandise revenue and 2/3 of their La Liga TV rights deal. It gives them away to the loan kind of thing that they got. They got a loan for, dare I say, $1 billion?
Are you talking about the Spotify one?
It wasn't Spotify. I'm not 100% sure, but basically the deal was Barca got a big lump sum of cash, but they're going to be paying so much money back over 10 years that they're actually going to end up losing money out of it.
Oh, probably. I mean, that's how shit works. Oh but then Barcelona, if they do good, then they make so much more money, right? And then they make. I mean,
they need Barcelona. But Rafinha to Arsenal is kind of the strongest Premier League link at the moment. Like I said, Spurs are involved. Chelsea is sniffing around as well. I could see him playing.
I think Arsenal. Chelsea's going for another winger. We'll get to that.
They're going for. Chelsea's playing some FIFA career mode right now, I think.
Chelsea's funny.
Came on board. He goes, "I know who I want." He goes, "That's not available." I know who I want. But Leeds have, Leeds are in a tricky situation.
They are.
They make their team better. Because clearly last season they were on the cusp of relegation.
It's hard because they had so many injuries. We saw what Bamford did when he came up and showed what he could do in the Premier League. And I feel like I didn't even see him play last year.
Very little.
So it's like if he could get a season where he's actually healthy, score some goals. I mean, of course, there's going to be another player that is going to be gone. Yes. It seems like it. So. But
let's keep it moving. Let's keep it with.
But where do you think Rafinha will go? Let's keep it with Rafinha for a second.
I could see him settling with a move to Arsenal, especially if Arsenal are throwing around some cash and have ambitions of that top four and being really solid and competitive.
Yeah,
I can see him going there, but at the same time, I could see him staying.
Yeah,
I see him staying at Leeds.
I kind of hope he does. I know Leeds is just.
Well, they're a selling club right now.
Yeah.
Because it would appear at the time of recording that they have sold off arguably their biggest talent in Kalvin Phillips.
I wouldn't say. I mean, Rafinha's probably the biggest talent.
He's up there though. It looks like he has gone to Manchester City for 55 million pounds again. Bit of business for City.
I think it is, yeah. It provides, with Fernandinho apparently leaving, it provides competition for Rodri.
Competition and depth for Rodri. And I mean, it's incredible to say that Rodri or even Kalvin Phillips need to be a backup or anything, but it's how City run it.
Yeah.
City are just, hey, we have a great starting 11.
We also have a great bench. Yeah. We have the best bench.
They just won the league. And they go, you know who we need? Holland and Kalvin Phillips.
But they might be offloading because, there's
Gabriel Jesus is out the door.
Yeah.
Raheem Sterling.
Raheem the Dream Sterling.
Is he on his way out?
It'll be weird to see him not at City right now. I gotta say, it's weird to even think about him at Liverpool. It is weird to think that he was at Liverpool. It's. If you consider the Liverpool City rivalry these past years, it's just so weird how he went to City. It's really fuck
the
you.
The links right now are to Chelsea. Thomas Tuchel supposedly wants him. The money is back into Chelsea now with their new ownership. The Americans, Todd Burley, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So the money's at Chelsea. The money's available. Thomas Tuchel wants him. City don't necessarily need him. He's a bit of excess, which is insane. I think I think he's their best winger. I don't know if Bernardo Silva is a winger. He is.
But he's also not. He plays everywhere. He plays everywhere. But Bernardo
Raheem Sterling than Riyad Mahrez, even though Riyad Mahrez is technically brilliant. Sterling brings something that.
But I don't think. Yeah, they won't get rid of Mahrez though.
No.
Is Bernardo Silva linked to leave though too? I mean, there was that going on a little bit, but like I don't know if that's fully happening.
Which one?
Bernardo. Like was he there was
links him to Barca.
But like I think Bernardo along with Kevin is like so crucial in that team. I mean, so is a lot of players, but I see Bernardo Silva.
Kevin De Bruyne, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who are you?
I don't know. Kevin. I heard
Kevin is Kevin. Kevin De Bruyne.
I heard Kalvin.
No, I did not say Kalvin. I see Bernardo Silva is
as influential as De Bruyne.
Yeah, he is. He is insane. I love Bernardo Silva.
The season he's just coming off of was insane.
Yeah, and then you got Phil Foden, who's very young, still promising. Great.
This City team
is so like it right now. Actually, let's go through it. So it's Phil Foden. Let's see if the transfers leave. So it's Phil Foden, Haaland, Mahrez as probably a front three right now, with Bernardo Silva, Rodri, and De Bruyne as your midfield then, in a 4-3-3. With Kalvin Phillips on the bench. That's probably their starting 11, or they're starting 6.
Missing anyone?
Who else is up? Fuck, I forgot. Yeah, but he'll.
I was like, who are we forgetting? It's someone. The $100 million that they spent last summer.
Yep. Fuck, I hate fucking City.
It's insane their squad. Let's go through their squad. Let's talk that attack. So Riyad Mahrez. They at the moment they have Jesus and Sterling, both may be gone.
Yeah. That's the thing. Sterling's
Ilkay Gundogan.
Yeah, it's a great midfielder still too.
Rodri, Kevin De Bruyne, Phil Foden, Jack Grealish, Bernardo Silva. Is your attack right?
And then their defense is still.
Kyle Walker, who's basically a winger.
Yeah, and João Cancelo is.
John Stones, João Cancelo, Laporte, Diaz, Nathan Ake.
It's a great team with one of the best keepers
they
in the
did
league.
Re-sign Scott Carson. He's back for another year.
That is so funny. I gotta say.
I love how Scott Carson and Ederson are like best friends.
Are they actually?
Yeah, they love each other. They're just great together.
I mean, I can see that though.
It's actually Ederson who's like, no, I want him to stay. I want him to stay. It's like
maybe he's good.
This young Brazilian goalkeeper and this old English guy having.
Maybe just good leadership. I don't know. I mean, it's Scott Carson, you know.
Let's talk about Chelsea. Let's stick with Chelsea.
Yeah.
Because they're being linked right now because they have the money.
Oh, of course, we are talking mostly Premier League and stuff.
We'll talk some other stuff as we move on, but Chelsea have the new money of their new owner. Everything was confirmed with Todd Boehly. So they were linked with Raheem Sterling. They're also being linked with Cristiano Ronaldo. And that to me just screams, Americans come through the door, he goes, I know who I want. I want Cristiano Ronaldo.
There's no way that happens, right? Like there's zero chance.
Basically, what United have kind of said is there's no way he moves, no way he's gone.
What is Ronaldo's transfer value? Well, because it's got to be good because it's Cristiano Ronaldo, but at the same time, he's also so old that it's not like.
What did United pay?
I have no idea.
You would pay 25 million for a 37-year-old Ronaldo.
That's the thing, and that's hardly anything for someone like Chelsea who's got money.
Because really, you're going to sign him to a 1, maybe 2-year deal.
Yeah. I don't see because United lost a shit ton of players too. But we're not even talking about United.
There is another winger linked with Chelsea who I actually could see going there. Neymar. Again,
I think that'd be pretty
again, sick. PSG have said that Neymar may be surplus to requirements. Maybe it's his time to go.
Yeah.
Financial fair play eventually has to catch
Neymar to the Prem.
To PSG.
I know the first thing that comes to mind with that is I know Burnley's not in the frickin' Prem anymore, but just Neymar going against Burnley and Sean Dyche, of course it's not Sean Dyche anymore as well, but it's just Tarkowski just comes just 2 foot name.
Hey.
Oh my
I
god.
saw a post today. I think it's by the Daily Mail, I want to say. It was the headline said Neymar could walk into any dressing room in the world except Celtic because he doesn't get along with Celtic at all. The last time we played it was like 7-1 PSG. Anthony Ralston crunched him and then got up and laughed in his face. Even though it was 7-1. But in reality, there's not a million teams that could afford Neymar.
No.
In the Premier League, Chelsea, there's City, United.
There's just more. There's just.
And dare I say,
there's just so much money.
Newcastle should go for him.
There's just so much money in the Prem. It'd be so sick. I love Neymar. Neymar in the Prem would just it adds another star player. I mean, we already getting Haaland there. The Premier League is my favorite league. My favorite team plays there. For now, and I think it's my most exciting league to watch. And it could be biased. It probably is some bias, but I mean, right now it's not really. But there's 2 teams up there, and they crush everyone else.
Everything else is competitive. You can't tell me where United's going to finish next season.
No.
They might finish 2nd. They might finish 15th. Like, no one knows.
Yeah. I think United will have a bounce back season. I could see it.
Let's stick with the team we just mentioned, Newcastle.
The big one is still. I want to keep on Chelsea though, because like Sterling. Can you see that happening? Sterling's the big one. Like that's actually.
I can see that happening.
And so could I. And
I don't think Raheem Sterling has a lot of. I don't think Raheem Sterling has a lot of utter respect for who he's playing for.
Yeah.
I think he's happy playing for any English team.
Yeah, my thing is like Thomas Tuchel doesn't really play like wingers.
No, they don't. They play a narrow.
So Sterling, it's not that it's narrow. It's just they have wing backs and then 3 center backs. No. Chelsea's and like I mean they lost their
wing backs.
Chelsea's a whole
Chelsea
story.
Needs to rebuild that team
because they lost
both center backs in Christensen and Rudiger.
Yeah,
they've lost. Well, yeah, but they're. Looks like they're gonna be losing both wingbacks and Alonso and Azpilicueta.
Oh, I thought you were saying Reece James. I'm like, what the fuck?
Reece James is still there. So is Chilwell again. But
they're the big ones. But they a lot of their old.
Lacaka is back to Inter. Fuck, I hate that guy. Holy. Fuck,
yeah, what is Chelsea? Who's their striker right now? It seems like Ziyech is gonna be leaving too. They're in a whole new.
You didn't need to sell Abraham. He was more than okay. You were shit. I like Tammy.
Tammy's a good player. What does Chelsea do? I mean, could Sterling play striker for? I mean, I guess he could.
He could, but I don't think he'd want to go into.
He wasn't great.
Would you just play Kai Havertz?
Well, I guess that. Yeah. He's good there. He was good there. I mean,
Chelsea do need to make signings though.
Yeah, they definitely do.
They've got them new money.
Because right now their starting center backs is Thiago Silva, and like I can't think of his name right now. The young one, Chalobah, right?
Yeah.
And
that's not good enough.
And then who else? Who's the other? I can't actually think of it. They're center backs right now. Chelsea. And Chelsea's got money now, and they'll bring some players in and figure it out.
Chalobah,
and Thiago Silva, because they lost their 2.
Chilwell.
And because Azpilicueta could play like right center back.
I mean, in the midfield, there's definitely players who are going to be leaving that midfield as well. I mean,
it's like you said.
Niguez is going to be gone.
He already is. He's gone.
Already been cut.
Yeah, they're both.
Ross Barkley's going to be gone. Who knows about Kovacic? Who knows about Loftus-Cheek? Jorginho, question marks will be asked.
Yeah. Chelsea's a big question mark right now in this next month.
A striker that we forgot about. came to the league from Germany. Timo Werner.
Oh yeah.
Kalvin Hudson-Odoi.
Kalvin, yeah, maybe he can actually get going again. Chelsea's an interesting story, and they're the team that could either like maybe try and like you never know with Chelsea. They could fight for Liverpool and City again, or they could drop to freaking Conference League.
Maybe this is a lower season for them. Who
yeah.
knows? We talked Jesus. We talked Rafinha. We talked Calvin Phillips. We talked Ronaldo. We talked Sterling.
You know another one I want to actually mention?
Who do you want to mention?
Well, because back on the Newcastle, Nick Pope.
Yeah,
that's a 10 mil.
Great signing.
I'm pissed.
He's 30, but yeah.
I'm pissed. I'm pretty sure.
I read that he was 30. I went, no. I feel like Nick Pope was beaten here since yesterday, but he has to be around for a while.
He has been around for a while, and he's a great keeper, and I think he'll be really good for Newcastle. I think that's a.
I always think.
The Bravka, I mean, he's all right, but like it's, but not Nick Pope. Nick Pope, like. Burnley just didn't score freaking goals.
Yeah.
But they can.
Think goalkeepers who play for those like lower teams, the ones that get tested actually week in and week out, those are the guys I would go sign.
Yeah, and
Nick Pope may have let
that's what I'm pissed about. Fulham early on were linked with him. Yeah. I'm pretty sure Burnley said no, we'll only accept like 40 million or something. And then I see that I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I was a little cheesed.
They're making another signing Newcastle. Sven Botman. They were linked to him in January. Legal defender said no.
Yeah.
Because there was question marks if Newcastle would stay up. Newcastle stayed up. They actually turned it around, had a really good second half of the season.
I'm excited for Newcastle this year. This season's gonna be fun for Newcastle.
I still think they need a couple more signings.
They do, but it's. They got Woodley lineup.
They got some puzzle pieces coming together.
The Newfoundland boy, St. John's boy. Yeah.
So isn't McKinnon.
No.
Fishing boat somewhere.
Anyways, away from hockey. Newcastle's gonna be fun. I'm excited for this season.
I'm actually surprised they haven't been linked. Like I thought they would be linked with all the big names.
Robert Lewandowski.
But they're going a different way about it. They're not going on, here's 50 million.
But they said that though too.
30 and spread out, actually build a team.
I mean,
it makes sense.
The players who've come in, they've done good for that they brought in, and that shows that they really are doing the research and realizing what they actually want to do with this. So it's good to see, and like I said, I'm excited. I'm excited for the season. Speaking of the season, Liam, when are you jumping out of a plane?
Honest to God, Greg, there's been a lot going on.
There has, yeah.
Plus, I don't really want to go jumping out of a plane. I know I have to, but I don't really want to. I'm kind of putting it off. But
is it like something that we should try and get done before the new season starts?
Probably.
It really should, but like we also gotta like book it probably in advance.
I've never once looked.
We're gonna have to actually like
skydiving.
We're gonna actually have to like look into it and actually realize it, and we'll do that eventually here, just for the questions out there, because I know it still comes up and everything.
Before we move to United States of America, one more Premier League one. Player who could be on the move, Richarlison. Everton should have a better year.
They signed Tarkowski.
Yeah.
It's just a solid player to have.
But Richarlison has said would be open for a move, which I can't blame the guy. Although I don't know if he's as good as people think he is, he brings something special.
Yeah.
He has a little bit of vibes to him where he's able to win a game.
Yeah. I don't think Everton is gonna like be in a relegation battle, but I don't see them like, because I know lots of people last season would be like, oh yeah, it's just mid-table for Everton, or like 10th place, 11th place kind of thing. No, I see them lower.
12, 13.
I because I think Newcastle will be better than them. I think like all the top teams. I think Aston Villa is gonna have a better season. I think they. See, that's the thing. I don't think they'll be in a relegation battle, but 15th or something.
12th.
14th. That's me right now. Yeah, and I mean, this is before. Like, a lot of their players. I like some of their players. I do like Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Like, I do.
He didn't have a great season,
but he's been injured a lot. Like, injuries unfortunately do ruin team seasons. I mean, we saw with Liverpool the other year as well. And it's like, when that kind of crap happens, it sucks, and there's nothing you can do about it. We saw with Leeds this season; they almost got relegated because they just had injuries and they had to play like youth players all the time.
Richarlison is being linked to Tottenham. Tottenham could use a player like that.
A little bit more spark on the wing, like on the attack.
And you have Kane. It looks like Bergwijn's gonna go.
Yeah.
Lucas Moura.
Did they keep Kulusevski?
Yes, they did.
Okay, I like that.
He's great.
Yeah.
Lucas Moura is a player I think maybe you keep him, but I don't know. I don't know about him.
Yeah, I like Lucas Moura.
He has moments of greatness, but he also has a lot of moments of nothing.
Yeah.
Maybe you let go.
But at the same, does Richarlison? Because if you go to Spurs, I don't see Richarlison like ever starting, like
over
ever.
Kulusevski or over Son.
And then if you, I mean, he could play striker too, and then you don't see him ever going ahead of Kane. So it's just like, is that? I feel like Richarlison's a kind of player that doesn't want to go to a team where he wouldn't start.
No, that makes complete sense. I mean,
he just seems like the kind of player that just wants to be playing, wants to be like the star for the team, maybe. But
I would stay at Everton.
Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. So
I would stay at Everton one more season. See what happens this year under Frank Lampard full season.
Yeah.
If it's going to shit, you leave. If Everton's having a better season, maybe you stick the course. Maybe you become that star for Everton that they need going forward.
Yep. Should we get? Is it time to get to the big one that got announced today?
Announced on day of recording.
Yeah.
Gareth Bale.
Gareth Bale is going
to LA.
He's going to LA.
Los Angeles FC, same club that Giorgio Chiellini has joined.
Yeah.
So two great European players joining LAFC. Of course, the American MLS fans are very excited by this move. I kind of like the move. I know Waz. I know if Waz was here, I know the word retirement league. He's finished. He's washed up. This is gonna be great vibes.
He wants to get some match time, get a little bit sharp for the World Cup.
Yeah.
So
Gareth Bale, there's no line. Gareth Bale is not the player he was.
100%.
5 years ago.
No, he's not.
Whether that is injuries, whether that is actually maybe he just checked out the game.
After depending.
He had injuries. I think he just kind of fell out.
Do you think after this World Cup he retire?
He'll play another couple of years in them.
His last European tournament,
European is done.
Yeah.
Oh my God! He just dropped it. Who was that guy?
I don't know. They're not even drinking yet. All right, anyways.
His time playing in Europe for sure is over.
Yeah. No, but I also mean
for Wales.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Wales.
This is his last tournament for Wales. 100%. After this World Cup with Wales, which I mean, what an achievement to get cup. Retire from the national team. He'll play another season, maybe 2 in the MLS. And he'll become a professional golfer, guaranteed. Guaranteed.
Professional golfer?
Why would you not? You tell me.
Is he actually good at? I mean, he must be. He must be good at golfing.
You want to watch Gareth Bale on the PGA Tour?
That'd be sick, honestly.
Gareth Bale,
in the
Phil
ponytail.
Mickelson, and fucking Rory McIlroy. Let's go!
It'd be sick.
Let's go!
It'd be great. It'd be great, honestly. LA signing Bale and Chiellini in the same thing is so funny and a little.
I mean, Chiellini's definitely past his best. He's 30.
No, but I know, but they're still star players where you have to pay
Yeah.
Does it seem like a little? It's a little weird.
Why?
Not as weird, but I mean, and LA has to pay Inter Miami $50,000 or something because Apparently it's like some MLS thing where it's like they were on his radar or his list, so then you have to pay it because you signed him. Yeah, it was weird. Like I saw that. Maybe it's not true, but that's what I was seeing.
Oh, you're right, 100% here. Los Angeles will pay $50,000 to secure the signing of Gareth Bale on a free transfer.
It's because it's like Inter had him on their like it's like a 7-player list or something, and then if you sign someone, then you have to pay the team that took it. It's like something like that. I don't know. I've never heard of that before, but you learn something new every day.
Miami have already placed Bale on their discovery list this summer. MLS regulations say clubs can include up to 7 players in their individual list after filing a claim of interest with the league. As a result, LA will now pay the fee to release Bale from Inter Miami's list and allow for his resignation as an incoming player.
Yeah, you're quiet.
Am I quiet?
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Hopefully it's not too bad, because like.
Well, whatever. It's almost done.
Yeah. Hopefully it's not too bad. Hopefully Liam's been all right.
Hey, I don't know.
We'll make it work. Hopefully.
I was loud at the beginning, then I was like, no, I'm good. Okay, whatever. It's okay. But that's interesting. That
did you hear? Like, yeah, that's what I just saw it today, and I was like, well, that's interesting.
Obviously, it's kind of like, okay, you have your list of players who we might sign this guy. But it's weird you have to pay to get them off that list. I get it in a way, but I also think that's kind of dumb.
Yeah, and then it's like and then it's like Bale can't like actually join until they paid them or something like that too. So,
I mean, 50,000 is not too much.
No,
but weird. MLS just has weird rules. It always has, always will.
Yeah, the MLS is
different. It's very different. It's not football like the Premier League or any other football. It's just different. It's its own league. Yeah, that's fair. But I'm happy to see Gareth Bale finding a new club.
Yeah.
I know you said before recording, you were like, oh, I wish he kind of played in the championship.
It would just be sick. But just him at Cardiff in the championship.
Intense football. And he doesn't care
Yeah, he doesn't want that. Yeah, I agree. Imagine just Gareth Bale just on the headlines. Gareth Bale scores screamer
away at Coventry. Let's talk about the championship. Let's talk about your club.
Hey.
Reigning championship champions, Fulham. Linked with many players.
It's not surprising. Fulham usually is. They are one of the they're one of the London clubs, and honestly, and that brings in lots of interest and everything. Sure. And Fulham has a lot of money. It's just they haven't been spending their money wisely. But I think it's looking good. Today we're apparently put in an offer for Andreas Pereira, which is for $8.6 million. Who? It's not a lot of money for a player who
once upon a time had promise,
a lot of promise, and putting him on a different team maybe could bring it out. Yeah. I'm a little skeptical. I know
he's definitely not made any friends at Manchester United. He hasn't done great there. But like you said, maybe a change of scenery, maybe new system, new coaching. Maybe it helps him come back to life as a footballer. He needs to come back to life. And he had to get a loan spell that didn't work out very well. I remember that.
Yeah.
You never know. Who else you're linked with?
Romagnoli from AC Milan. AC Milan
Why
skipper.
The hell would he go there?
He's his contract's ending, and I think AC Milan he wants to stay there, but I don't think they want him. So I mean, that would be. He's still a solid player and brings a lot of leadership, and we need a good center back, and I think he would be awesome there. And I think that'd be a great sign if we can get that. Well, we can go back to it then. We're linked with Paulinho from Sporting.
Okay.
Who that's going to be. That's it's confirmed basically. I think it's going to be a great sign. It's just a solid, strong midfielder that we just to really help. We let a lot of players go for free that just got released, and we need to bring in some players, and I think he'll be the start of a great one. Solomon on
yes,
where we should be bringing him in as well. I mean, he used to before everything. He was getting lots of interest from like teams like Manchester City, like really wanted him, and like so bringing a player, an exciting winger like that in will be. It's
you have talent. Yeah, look at your team. You have Mitrovic. Of
this
course.
is all. It comes down to can Mitrovic do it?
No, he can't. We know that.
Everyone says this, but he did score 11 goals in the Prem,
which is not bad
for a team that got relegated. Yeah. Like that's actually like good. It's just we conceded too much, and then the other year, we're actually pretty good defensively. We just couldn't score. And parts of that is how Scott Parker was playing, and so then Mitrovic never played.
Yes.
He wanted to play counterattack football, which is not what Mitrovic is. We need to...
You have Ivan Cavallero. You have
Garbage.
Harrison Reed.
I like Harrison Reed.
Thomas Kearney, Harry Wilson.
Harry Wilson, and that's just another player. Can he do it in the Prem? Yeah. It's those kind of players, like they could be really quality. It's just will have.
Fabio Carvalho's gone.
That's pretty sad.
Anthony Robinson. You have Nico Williams. Is he permanent or still?
No, we're still linked. We're linked with him. It's
Michael Ekdar.
No, he's gone.
Oh, fuck. Where'd he go?
He's released. Like we
released Michael Ekdar.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did at least.
He's from the Yard.
I'm aware of this, but yeah, we're linked with a lot of people. We need to make a lot of signings. We haven't made one yet, but like it really does need to happen.
Gave Tim Ream a new deal.
Yeah, I like Tim Ream. And we just need another center back because Tim Ream I think he's really good at the championship, but he's not good enough for Prem. But we'll see what he can do.
A couple signings I forgot to mention. So
yeah,
West Ham have beat Newcastle and Fulham for Alphonse Areola.
Yeah.
That is done.
I mean, that was just like making it permanent.
Yes.
Like he was on loan, of course.
And also, it looks like Nottingham Forest will have a new goalkeeper, Dean Henderson.
Oh, really?
Not confirmed, but looking very likely.
That's where scaring all these goalies that Fulham was linked with are leaving or going, and we still haven't got ours yet. So maybe we take Kepa.
You want to know a team that did sign a goalie? Mighty Glasgow Celtic.
Oh, did you? What about Joe Hart?
Joe Hart's there.
Oh,
we signed a new backup goalie.
Oh yeah,
he was at Dundee United.
Is he from Japan?
No, he's from Switzerland. You know what? He's actually a very good goalie. Actually,
you know what? I like.
he was out of contract at Dundee United. He was a free transfer. He's 30. He's a good signing. He made a great save against Jota last season. So you know what? On that save alone, sign him up.
I like it. Is Jota not permanent yet?
Supposedly Jota is very close. He's been very close for a month now. So who knows? Ange has said he might go back to the Asian market for more players.
Oh my god. Gotta love Ange.
We have a new assistant coach. He's also Australian. Because why not? We just got a bunch of Aussies running the show.
Gotta love it, honestly. It's
Celtic will make some more signings. I mean,
I think Villa is gonna have a really good.
You think?
Their signings have been real good.
They need to put those pieces on.
Coutinho what can he do? Diego Carlos, a great center back. He'll be really good. Kamara from Marseille. I mean, like was talking about, like that'd be such a good sign for United, and the fact that he went to Villa is like.
Well, they got their job. They're done.
They did their business early.
Yeah. What?
I'm worried about Fulham.
I mean, you should be. Every single time Fulham come up, they go.
I mean, it's Norwich. I mean, because like you look at it, and it's like, can you? You need to beat out Nottingham and Brentford, or Bournemouth. Sorry, first, but then you still have to beat another team, and it's like
Forest,
maybe Southampton.
Southampton will be down there.
Yeah, but because I feel like Palace is going to be a little bit worse without Connor Gallagher.
I wish Gallagher would stay.
Yeah, because he's just not getting it at Chelsea, and
he's not going to play at Chelsea.
That's the problem with Chelsea. They just loan people out, and then they never seem like they get the chance there, and it's that's what I don't like about Chelsea. It's like
there's a lot of teams that will be in that discussion for relegation to 15th.
Yeah,
there's a lot of clubs.
So the 3 promoted sides.
Leeds will be in that conversation.
Brentford,
Everton,
Brentford
might lose Ericsson.
Southampton.
Ericsson's still undecided. Will he go to United? Will he go to Brentford? Will he go?
Yeah.
Who else? We think half is Spurs even. I was like, I don't think he's going back to Spurs.
I'm excited for the season.
This Premier League season should be very competitive.
Maybe
not at the top, because I like the signing of Darwin Nunez at Liverpool. Yes, they lost Sadio Mane. But Darwin Nunez is not Sadio Mane, not yet.
And he's not. I mean, he's scoring lots of goals. He did score lots of goals for Benfica, but
I watched the whole video about his goals for Benfica, and the guy said,
"Are you gonna say Tappins?"
No. The guy said, basically, the way that he broke it down was every top striker or goal scorer in world football is just above their expected goals. So I think Harry Kane, he scored, I think, 3 or 4 more goals above his expected goals for the season. Darwin Nunez scored 31 goals, but was only expected to score 19.5.
So he scored
10 over, if not 12 over.
Which means he was scoring goals that should not have been
goals. The thing is, can he do that
again
at Liverpool in the Premier League again? Or
he was doing it in the Champions League. He's scoring goals crazy in Champions League.
Or does he have a bit of a drop where he scores, let's say, 7 to 10, which is still respectable numbers, but then his confidence goes, I can't make it.
But at the same time, I trust Jurgen Klopp to guide these young players. We've already seen a bunch of young players grow at Liverpool and become really good. They have
Jota there who can score goals. They got Salah still. They still technically have Bobby Firmino.
Diaz. I think a front 3 of Diaz, Salah, and Nunez. Will.
I'm telling you, there has to be one game where I get Nunez, Jot, and what's his name?
Who?
I got Nunez. I got Jot.
What are you talking about?
Liverpool striker, winger, Luis Diaz. I need those 3 for one game, Jurgen. Luis Diaz, Jot.
I mean, that'll probably happen, but I think it'll be Salah, Diaz, and Nunez, and then Jota and Firmino as bench players, is good.
Origi has gone to AC Milan.
The other day I was watching all Origi's goals for Liverpool.
They're
fucking great.
Incredible goals. You show someone the Origi goal highlights, and they go, "This guy's."
Watching the ones against Everton is so funny.
There's certain players in history that
corner taking quick Origi.
There's players in history that you watch the highlights. Olivier Giroud is one. You watch the highlights, Olivier Giroud is the best player of all time. And you go, wait, he's good, but not great.
Origi's goals were a lot of them. A lot of them as goals are just tap-ins and everything.
So
but then some of them were just great goals, and then because it's something you don't even remember. I mean, I'm sure the Liverpool fans do, but he iced the game in the Champions League final against Spurs.
Yes, he did, yeah.
If it was 1-0 still, it still could have happened where Spurs just come score a random goal. He scored a really nice left foot
finish. Yeah, it was a good finish. Yeah. Olivier Giroud's still.
Giroud is great.
I actually saw people
That's
wanting Giroud back at Arsenal. I was like, no, not now.
Arsenal still. No,
Arsenal haven't done enough yet, but they're making progress.
Arsenal's interesting, but they got young defenders, which I like too, and they're good.
They have to give a chance to Saliba.
Yeah,
he was on loan. He had a really good loan spell. Yes, he's.
Oh, I guess. Sorry, I guess speaking of art, that's who we're linked with is Leno.
Berlino?
Yeah,
He's a good signing.
But I've always said I'm not a fan. I just don't think he's good enough for Arsenal. Now, would he be good enough for Fulham? Probably. But like, would I prefer Strakosha from Lazio or Nick Pope or like
Areola?
Yeah, I think
Areola.
But if we stayed up, he would have stayed. And then he wanted to stay in London, so he went to West Ham.
West Ham still need to make signings. They've supposedly reached out to Jesse Lingard.
Yeah, I think that'll happen. There was someone else that I think
they need a goal scorer.
Who was West Ham linked with?
It depends if Declan Rice goes as well.
Who was submitting an offer for Haller? There was someone doing that. I forget who it was.
Sebastian Haller?
It was
Dortmund.
That's who it was.
Dortmund wanted Haller.
But
they got Adeyemi to replace Haaland. Haller would not be a bad option as well.
Yeah.
No, we'll see. I still think West Ham need a goal scoring option besides
West Ham. Yeah, West Ham.
Jared Bowen. Lingard would help, but I don't think Lingard's going to put up 15, 20 goals.
No. At least he shouldn't. Yeah, West Ham's in that situation where it's like a few more just, and they could just and they could compete, but like they're just they're not
a big team or are they a B team? You know.
They had a good season, but I think Villa is going to come back up again, do better, and I think we haven't talked about any.
Go to Arsenal?
Yeah, we haven't.
Everyone's like Arsenal. Leicester in a bad place, I think.
Yeah,
Leicester need a goalie to challenge.
Schmeichel.
Yeah. I love Schmeichel, but he hasn't had any competition now for 5-6 seasons. And it showed last season. He made some mistakes.
Yeah. And then their goal, Jamie Vardy is. Yeah.
If they let go of Tielemans, yes, they got Madison.
Daka is.
Not it.
But he's young.
He's okay. Kelechi Iheanacho. Not it. He ain't it. He's had his time. He's had his chances. Get rid of Kelechi Iheanacho. Brendan Rodgers. So actually, speaking of Celtic, Brendan Rodgers wants Celtic's right back, Josip Juranovic. Okay. Leicester wanted him.
Yeah.
Celtic put a price tag, I think, of $10 million on him.
Yeah.
Leicester were wanting to spend like $8 to $9 million. New team has come in for Josip Juranovic now.
Oh my god.
Atletico Madrid.
Oh.
So, I think we're gonna be losing Josip Juranovic. Whether it's in the Premier League or Atletico Madrid. Great right back, by the way. Let me tell you, the guy's great. He loves Pitbull. Okay, he's a big fan of Pitbull.
Fair enough.
Starts for Croatia, so we'll watch him in the World Cup.
Speaking of right back, that's another player we're linked with now.
Who?
Mbabu.
Oh, good signing.
That would be a great signing. I'd love that. But I also want Nico Williams just because he was really good with us, and it's just like, fuck you, Liverpool. Give us fucking something, you piece of shit.
You mentioned Mbabu, made me think Nkunku signed a new deal with Leipzig. I did not see that coming.
I'm so happy for that he did that. It makes Leipzig actually maybe compete because he's a baller. He's insane actually.
I was shocked. I think Nkunku is straight up in my perfect little avatar world.
Yeah.
If I'm Paris Saint-Germain, Nkunku would be a great replacement for Neymar. I think that'd be a great signing. Well, that's just me. Back in Paris.
I mean, Leipzig's got the money to, and they did it with. I didn't see what the contract is, but I'm sure it's a lot of money. So
yeah, Leipzig are fine.
And I'm happy, and I'm hoping it wasn't just. Maybe he just loves it there. I mean, Leipzig.
I know this podcast has been slightly all over the place, but
transfers, it's fun. I love
the transfer discussions. I mean, definitely get involved.
I mean, what else? There's no other than like we said, other than MLS. What else is going on? Not really.
Not too much. I mean, some national teams have played some friendlies here and there. Nothing crazy, but
because this the coming season is gonna be crazy because it's not just the season. The World Cup is fucking in the middle of the season.
Yeah,
which is gonna be wild. So right now we got not a lot, but later on it's like
I don't know.
Holy shit!
It's so weird to watch all these leagues just flying middle of the season,
and that's where it's gonna come down to where like
what happens if there's an injury?
I understand, and most of the top teams all have players that are like playing at the World Cup. While like, for example, a team like mine, and I guess we'll have Harry Wilson, we'll have Mitrovic, but it's like, but then everyone else is rested, and it'll be like, it should help. Hopefully, it'll help, and I mean that's most of the bottom teams.
City, Haaland won't be going. Mohamed Salah won't be going for Liverpool.
Yeah, there's still like a lot of players like that, but like,
I hear what you're saying though. Those smaller teams, maybe not even all the way down to Fulham, but they in the mid-table. Maybe
it'll make it interesting. Like, especially like a team like Newcastle. Like, how many of those players are getting? Yeah. They're probably not. Like, 'cause they're just a solid team that just.
No, I hear you 100%. I hear you.
Also, he wiped out with the Stanley Cup.
But I hear
that's going to be interesting. It's
interesting to look at as the seasons get going and we look at it all, and as that World Cup approaches. It's weird. It is so weird to say that we are 6 months from a World Cup when right now
it should be happening right now.
It's so hyped right now. But like I was saying, get involved in the YouTube comment section. You know, talk about any transfers we just mentioned or your own, or anything you want us to talk about next week on the podcast.
Yeah.
If you are on the audio apps, thank you very much for listening.
If you made it this far, we do appreciate it so much.
Make sure you leave a follow and share us with your friends. Help us get our name out there, the podcast. And make sure you are subscribed to the 90th Minute Podcast channel on YouTube. But from myself, Liam.
And myself, Greg.
From myself, Greg, that guy there. I'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.